This is Dr. Barbara O'Neill, and today I want to ask you a question that may make you uncomfortable at first, but could change how you think about your health for the rest of your life. What if the things you use every day, the foods you eat, the products you apply to your skin, the air you breathe inside your home, are quietly shaping your health more than you realize? Many people over 55 feel that something has shifted in their bodies. They wake up more tired than they used to. Their joints ache without warning. Their digestion feels unpredictable. Their memory isn't as sharp. And even when medical tests look acceptable, they don't feel truly well. This creates a silent worry. Is this just aging, or is something slowly wearing my body down? What makes this fear deeper is that most of these changes happen gradually, without pain at first, without a clear starting point. You don't suddenly become unhealthy. You slowly adapt to feeling less vibrant. And here is the hook most people never consider. What if it's not one big thing harming the body, but hundreds of small daily exposures adding up over time? What if your body is not failing, but constantly defending itself? Today's discussion is not about fear-mongering or perfection. It is about awareness, because the body is incredibly resilient, but it was never designed to live in a constant state of chemical exposure, artificial stimulation, and nutritional confusion. And yet, that is exactly how many people live unknowingly. So the real question becomes, can choosing more natural, less toxic options truly support long-term health, or is that just another wellness trend? Stay with me, because the answer is not extreme. It is not complicated, but it is quietly powerful. The human body has always had to deal with toxins. That is not new. What is new is the volume, variety, and constancy of exposure. In the past, toxins were occasional. Today, they are continuous. From food additives and preservatives to household cleaners, fragrances, plastics, pesticides, and even personal care products, the body is asked to neutralize and eliminate substances it never evolved to process efficiently. And while the liver, kidneys, lungs, skin, and digestive system work tirelessly to protect you, they have limits. After midlife, those limits become more noticeable. Detoxification slows, circulation decreases, digestion weakens, and repair processes become less efficient. This is when people begin to feel inflamed, sluggish, sensitive, or foggy, not because the body is failing, but because it is overloaded. What many don't realize is that toxicity doesn't always cause dramatic illness right away. Often it shows up as low-grade symptoms: bloating, headaches, joint stiffness, poor sleep, skin issues, hormonal imbalance, or unexplained fatigue. These are warning signs, not coincidences. And here's another important hook: the body prioritizes survival over comfort. It will sacrifice energy, clarity, and ease long before it allows organ failure. So by the time symptoms become obvious, the body has already been compensating for years. This is why long-term health is not built by reacting to disease, but by reducing burden before the body reaches its limits. Non-toxic choices are not about avoiding everything. They are about reducing unnecessary load so the body can redirect energy toward repair, balance, and resilience. One of the biggest mistakes people make is assuming that natural means harmless, or that non-toxic means extreme. In reality, natural simply means closer to what the body recognizes and can process. The body thrives on familiarity. Whole foods are recognized more easily than synthetic additives. Simple ingredients are metabolized more efficiently than complex chemical combinations. Clean water is handled differently than sweetened or artificially flavored beverages. Natural does not mean perfect, and it does not mean living in fear of modern life. It means making conscious substitutions where possible, choosing fewer ingredients, fewer chemicals, fewer unnecessary exposures. What surprises many people is how quickly the body responds when burden is reduced. Digestion often improves first, sleep becomes deeper, inflammation settles, energy becomes steadier rather than spiking and crashing. These changes are subtle but meaningful, and they compound over time. This is why non-toxic living is not about short-term detoxes. It is about long-term support. It is also why consistency matters more than intensity. A body exposed to fewer toxins every day does not need heroic interventions later. And here is a key insight. The body does not need perfection to heal, it needs direction. Even small shifts send powerful signals that the environment has become safer. And when the body senses safety, it heals more efficiently. One of the most overlooked contributors to long-term health decline is not what people eat occasionally, but what they eat daily. Food is the most frequent way substances enter the body, and after 60, digestion and detoxification are less forgiving. Highly processed foods, even those marketed as healthy, often contain preservatives, artificial colors, flavor enhancers, seed oils, and added sugars that the body must treat as foreign. Each one requires detoxification effort. Over time, this effort accumulates. The liver becomes busier processing additives than supporting hormones, blood sugar balance, and inflammation control. Many seniors notice that foods they once tolerated now cause bloating, stiffness, fatigue, or brain fog. This is not sudden intolerance, it is reduced capacity. Whole, minimally processed foods require far less metabolic effort. They come with fiber that helps remove waste, minerals that support enzymes, and natural structures the body recognizes. This is why simplifying food choices often brings relief faster than adding supplements. The hook here is simple but powerful. The body heals when meals stop asking it to fight. Many people focus on food while overlooking the environment they live in every day. Cleaning products, air fresheners, scented candles, laundry detergents, and personal care items are major sources of chemical exposure, especially indoors, where ventilation is limited. The skin absorbs far more than most people realize, and the lungs deliver chemicals directly into circulation. Over years, this constant low-level exposure adds to the body's toxic burden. Symptoms often appear vague: headaches, irritation, respiratory discomfort, hormonal disruption, or fatigue. These are rarely traced back to household products, yet improvement is often noticed when fragrance, heavy and chemical-based items are reduced. The body breathes easier, literally and figuratively. Here is the hook many don't expect. You don't need to detox your body if you stop intoxicating it daily. Reducing exposure is often more effective than trying to cleanse afterward. One of the most underestimated aspects of non-toxic living is its effect on the nervous system. The body cannot heal efficiently when it feels threatened. Chemical exposure, chronic noise, artificial lighting, constant stimulation, and unresolved stress keep the nervous system in a heightened state. When the nervous system is overstimulated, digestion weakens, detoxification slows, and hormones fall out of balance. This is why people can eat well yet still feel unwell. Natural, low-toxin environments calm the nervous system. Clean air, natural light, quiet, regular routines, and simple living send signals of safety. When the nervous system relaxes, the body shifts from survival mode into repair mode. This does not begin in the liver or gut. It begins in the nervous system. Long-term health depends on reducing both chemical and emotional overload. Many people feel overwhelmed by the idea of changing their lifestyle, believing that if they can't do everything, it's not worth doing anything. This belief quietly keeps people stuck. The truth is that the body responds more to consistency than intensity. One less toxic product used daily, one cleaner meal repeated often, one habit replaced slowly. These create cumulative relief. Over months and years, the difference becomes profound. Inflammation lowers, energy stabilizes, the immune system strengthens, aging becomes steadier rather than sharper. Long-term health is not built through dramatic detoxes, but through quiet, repeated decisions that reduce strain. The hook here is deeply reassuring. Your body keeps score over time, not overnight. The most hopeful truth of all is this: the body wants to heal. It is always working in your favor, even when symptoms appear. Choosing more natural, non-toxic options is not about rejecting modern life or living in fear. It is about aligning your environment with your biology. When the body is exposed to fewer irritants, it uses its energy more wisely. Aging becomes less about managing decline and more about maintaining function, clarity, and independence. You don't need perfection. You don't need to change everything at once. You only need awareness and intention. Every step toward a cleaner input is a step toward a calmer, stronger body. And here is the final hook to carry with you. Long-term health is not created by what you add, but by what you no longer burden your body with. When you lighten the load, the body does the rest, quietly, steadily, and remarkably well. Here is an additional 500-word continuation, written to blend smoothly with the previous parts, maintain authority, calm reassurance, and curiosity, and end on a strong, uplifting note suitable for senior viewers. ADTINAL kotainaitain, techi poa o eftarustindi bolestesgn. One of the greatest shifts that can happen after 60 is learning to trust the body again. Many people spend years believing their body is fragile, broken, or failing them. In reality, the body is often responding exactly as it was designed to, signaling overload, imbalance, or depletion. Symptoms are not punishments, they are messages. When those messages are ignored, the body speaks louder. When they are understood, the body begins to soften. Natural, non-toxic choices work not because they are trendy, but because they respect how the body was built to function. Fresh air supports oxygenation. Clean water supports filtration. Whole foods support digestion and elimination. Quiet supports repair. None of these require forcing the body, they allow it. As people age, healing becomes less about aggressive interventions and more about creating the right conditions. Just as a plant cannot thrive in polluted soil no matter how much it is watered, the human body cannot flourish in a toxic environment no matter how many supplements are taken. This is why simplifying often brings faster results than adding. Removing irritants allows the body's intelligence to reassert itself. Many are surprised to find that when chemical exposure is reduced, sleep deepens, digestion improves, joint stiffness eases, and mental clarity returns, sometimes without changing anything else. There is also a profound emotional benefit to non-toxic living. Choosing safer products, cleaner foods, and gentler routines restores a sense of control. Instead of feeling at the mercy of aging, people begin to feel engaged in it. This mindset shift alone lowers stress hormones, which directly impacts inflammation, blood sugar, and immune function. The body listens closely to how it is treated, both physically and emotionally. When choices come from care rather than fear, the body responds with resilience. Perhaps the most important message to remember is this: it is never too late. The body responds to reduced burden at any age. Even small improvements in input can produce noticeable changes in how one feels. Aging does not have to mean accumulation of discomfort. With fewer toxins to process, the body reallocates energy toward maintenance and repair. This is not reversal, it is restoration. And here is the final thought to carry forward: long-term health is not achieved by chasing youth, but by protecting vitality. When daily choices support the body instead of challenging it, health becomes steadier, calmer, and more sustainable. The goal is not perfection. The goal is alignment. When life becomes more natural, the body becomes more capable. And in that simplicity, there is strength, clarity, and confidence for the years ahead. And please do subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates about health.